The Spring Skin Sweepstakes for Facebook and web players is now live. Stay tuned to the end of the video to find out how to enter.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero Wars Central, and today on Facebook and web, we've got an event called Fearless Maidens. This is a Soulstone event for the 3 heroes that got spring skins. It's for Arachne, Daredevil, and Ziri in alphabetical order. Pretty straightforward event, pretty straightforward tasks. In fact, this exactly mirrors the tasks from the Romantic and Lunar Skin event that we had last month in February. You're going to get a lot of fun stuff for completing this. It's not a free-to-play event. It's definitely something you need to spend some money on if you want to complete it all. But just for logging in, and it's a 4-day event, you get energy. For having VIP, you get some skin stone chests. And the primary reward is these spring boxes. And each spring box contains a Daredevil, Arachne, or Ziri 5-pack of soul stones. You can also earn some emeralds and a little bit of gold for the final step. But I wanted to do this video to accomplish 2 things. First of all, I want to talk about which soul stones that you should go for. If you're a new player, if you're a moderate player, what you should be looking into. If you're an experienced player, you probably don't need this advice. But taking a look at the 3 heroes in question here, starting with Arachne. Now, Arachne is unique in that she has a promotional event at the very beginning of the game. And once you complete the chapter 1 boss, this 12-hour event goes active. You can collect Arachne soul stones for every mission that you do. A lot of people took advantage of this. If you did not, Arachne is, with this rework, one of the nicer damage dealing heroes for Magic teams. Incredible stuns, great controls, a lot of pure damage. You can definitely add in Arachne to any Magic based team that you have. I use her in my Aurora team. You can use her with the twins, Lars and Krista. You can use her with ODH. You could potentially even use her with a Satori team to try to keep that Satori alive longer. I'm already feeling like an Arachne, Nebula, Heidi team would be strong. But Arachne you can only get from the heroic chest if you don't collect her from other things like purchasing a bundle or a special event like this. So of the 3, Arachne is going to be the most scarce. Next, we have Daredevil. Now, Daredevil is a physical damage dealer who got a rework a little while ago. The rework isn't as good here as it was on Hero Wars Mobile. This is a Facebook and web event, by the way. And you can get her soul stones both from the heroic chest and from the campaign. And the bad luck protection here on Facebook and web, make sure that if you have all 9 chapters unlocked, you're guaranteed to get 3 soul stones of hers every day just by completing missions. Now, when it comes down to how Daredevil ranks with other physical damage dealers, all heroes can do the job just fine. I think that Kark and Yasmin and Kira and even like Ching Mao and on some levels Artemis and Darkstar are often better choices to use in teams than Daredevil. And that's not to say that there's other physical attackers that I might be forgetting, but Daredevil's not the most popular physical damage dealer, and I don't think she's the most effective either. I've seen some crazy teams with her, paired with like Dante, and Dante's another great choice, but I don't think you go after Daredevil's soul stones unless you just really love Daredevil. She's going to be the easiest to get soul stones from regularly. And then finally, we have Ziri. And Ziri being a tank means that you're going to need to invest a ton of resources into her in order for her to be effective. Ziri is only accessible from the heroic chest, just like both of the other heroes, but also from the Guild War shop. And that Guild War shop requires silver Guild War trophies in order to purchase her soul stones. So she's a little bit more accessible than Daredevil in that you could still buy her soul stones every day, so long as you are in a silver or gold guild and you have the silver trophies to spare. The issue I have with Ziri is that Ziri now has 5 skins. Do you need all 5 of her skins to be competitive? This is a hard question to answer. Ziri wasn't in the top position as a tank. She hasn't been for a while. You could argue that she's one of the best tanks in the game just based sheerly on stats alone, and she certainly has her strengths and of course weaknesses as well. But if you're a newer player and you are looking for a tank, I think that there are better options for you as a newer player. Ziri will end up being one of the best tanks in the game with this 5th skin being added. but it's going to be very expensive for you to get her there. In my opinion, Arachne is going to be a better overall choice, but Ziri could be a great choice as well. I do not recommend you opening these chests for Daredevil Soulstones.
Facebook and web spring skin sweepstakes rules and contest entry requirements is the first link in the description box down below.
Now, with that being said, let's look at the skins themselves. All three of these heroes probably are benefiting quite heavily from these skins. Again, going in alphabetical order, Arachne got a rework. We'll talk about a rework in another video. The magic penetration on her is going to be exceptional because of the increased damage that she does, as well as the increased pure damage that she's going to do with that Violet skill. All three of these skins look pretty cool. I think the Arachne skin is slightly the best looking of the three, and I really like this skin. If you win the skin sweepstakes, maybe go for the Arachne skin. I think Arachne is a good addition. She counters, she will counter squishy damage dealers because her ultimate will land and stun on the squishiest or least health damage dealer on the opponent's team. So if you're having a lot of trouble with enemy Yasmins with low health, this is a magic attack, so she can't dodge the stun. If you're having trouble with a lot of Karks, if the Karks are the lowest health, if you're having a lot of trouble with maybe Lars, if the Lars is the lowest health, Arachne could be a good addition to your team. Again, I already talked about Ziri in depth about her tanking investment. However, this health skin puts her over 1 million health if you patron her with Oliver. It's just kind of crazy, and I want to thank Smart Chaos for sharing this screen snip with me. It's pretty crazy how much health Ziri can get if you can keep Ziri from burying herself. And for those of you that are unaware, Ziri has an ability that when she gets below 30% health, she buries herself in the sand to heal up and hide. Whenever she does that, the rest of your team is exposed, and that's kind of a bum deal to expose your team to damage. But if you can keep Ziri above ground, above 30% health, she is the best tank in the game in a lot of situations. Her ultimate ability is one of the only true tanking skills in the entire game. And I think with the addition of this skin, I think that we're going to see a whole lot less Galahads and a whole lot less Cleavers at the very, very top end. You can still make an argument for Astaroth with his revive if you have a squishy damage dealer on your team. But I think this is going to pave the way. I think Ziri is going to pave the way for some pretty amazing timeout teams for sure, but I'm just not a fan of the skin. It looks like I could break her leg like a twig. And then the Daredevil skin, health, she already has a health skin. Did she need a health skin to bump into being effective? I think that she would have been better with armor penetration, maybe physical attack. So in my opinion, if you win a skin sweepstakes or you have a bunch of extra skin stones to spend, go for Ziri if you're trying to build up a tank. Go for Arachne if you're not. And kind of the same situation as I mentioned with those chests that you could choose which of these three heroes to get out of. I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.